As leaders, we know our words carry a lot of weight. They carry a lot of weight. And so I want to share with you today some of the most powerful words, that you can say to an athlete. You've lost the privilege to practice today. Let me tell you a story about this. The legendary coach John Wooden, he was known for his calm demeanor. He rarely stood up from his seat on the sideline, and he never lost his temper. Yet he was also highly demanding of his players. How did Wooden manage to be so tough without resorting to the traditional old school coaching methods like yelling, threatening, or punishing his athletes, or shaming and blaming them? Well, one of the toughest and most powerful things Wooden would say to his players was simple and direct. It was, you've lost the opportunity to get better today. Sidney Wicks, one of the top players in college basketball when he played for UCLA and John Wooden, he recounted how Wooden once approached him during a lackluster practice and said, "Sidney, you're not with it today. Go take a shower." That was it. No anger, no threats, no shaming, no blaming, no blow up. Just an unwavering standard. John Bacon, in his book, Let Them Lead, he shares a very similar story of when he was turning around one of the worst high school hockey teams in the country into one of the best. Early in the culture reset, Bacon had to address his top player, Steve Beltran, during practice. And without raising his voice, Bacon just said, "Steve, I don't think you want to be here, and you're not getting much out of it. That's your problem. But you're distracting others, and that's my problem. So I think you need to go home." It was tough. Beltran was well liked by the team, and he could help them win. But Bacon gave him a choice: either meet the standards or leave. Athletes often forget they have a choice, and sometimes so do we as coaches. Just recently, during my daughter's under-9s football practice, one of the players asked me midway through, "Hey, when's practice going to be over? I want it to be over." Well, instead of dismissing her comment or getting upset, I just calmly replied, "Hey, it can be over now if you want. You don't have to practice. But the rest of us, we're going to go have some fun over here, and we're going to go get better. I hope you'll join us." Well, she was a bit surprised, to say the least, but she hasn't complained since or asked to leave since. Now, I understand asking a player to leave practice, it might seem like an extreme consequence. That's why I talk about progressive consequences, asking to step off of drills, do-over, stuff like that. I talk about progressive consequences in my book, The Culture System, chapter 18. Now, as powerful as those progressive consequences steps are, there may come a moment when telling a player they've lost the privilege to practice that day. It's one of the strongest messages that you can send. It communicates that the standards are real, and it can transform the mindset, not just the behaviors of the player, and even the entire team. The hardest part about delivering this message is the risk involved. That by giving them a choice, they may decide to not be a part of the team moving forward. Well, this type of approach to discipline, it's not about control. It's about upholding your standards and allowing them to choose. And that takes real courage.